Okay, welcome to a new video on how to make groups so you can email your class easily. This is going to be a tutorial on how to do that. To start off with, you do not need to make a core group email because they've already been created. So for instance, if you want to email 7.1, 10.2, those core classes that don't have a mixture of the point 1, 2, 3, or 4s, they're already created. This is to create a specialized group such as the electives or those senior classes. Okay, there's a few things you need to do to get prepared to do this. The first thing is to switch from new Google Groups, which looks like this, to the old Google Groups, because the old Google Groups is needed to do this process. So, to do that, you select this cog up here on the right hand side, Settings. You're going to scroll down and you're going to press Revert to the old Google Groups. Okay, it's going to ask you, are you sure? Click this blue button, Revert to the old Google Groups temporarily. Let that load. Okay, and it should look something like this. I've already got a few set up. You might not have any, or you might have some from last year. That's fine, but we're going to create some new ones. If you've got some from last year, obviously you want to go and delete those, but we won't be covering deleting groups today. What you're going to so that's now prepared. The second thing you need to do to get prepared is getting the list of students. That can be found in Google Drive. Okay, so up at the top you can find Drive. I have them already starred, which is a good idea to do, which allows you to keep them in a secure place where you can find them instead of having to search for them. But if you do need to search for them, year, YR, and then whichever year you're looking for. In this case, I'm going to do it year 10 and emails. And you can see that it pops up here ready to be selected. Okay, I'm going to click that and it's going to open up the list. As you can see, they're organized by core group. So 10.1 is at the top, 10.2, they're organized, I apologize, they're organized by name. Okay, so you're going to have to go through and find each of the boys, which can be a little bit tedious, but it will save you time in the long run. Okay, so now that we have that prepared, you also need your class list as well. So have that ready. Okay, so now that that's all prepared, we're going to go back to our Google Groups, and you're going to press this button on the top right that says Create a Group. Okay, let that load. Okay, so now you have to name your group. I'm making a 10 pass here for an example, so what I'm going to do, and you should follow this naming convention, which will make things a lot easier in the long run. So you're going to capital DLS space, capital REVSVY space, and then your class, so in this case 10 pass. Okay, space and 2013, so you don't get confused with last year's group. Okay, that will generate the email that you're going to use to email the whole group of students. And with the old Google Groups, it does require you to write a group description. All you need is just a little welcome to 10 pass. Okay, another important step is to select this radio button here. So select it to be public. Do not tick this box here. Just go straight to create my group. Let that load. It'll create the group, and then it will send you and ask you to start adding members. Do not start adding members just yet. What I need you to do is to press skip this step. We'll add members later. There's something that we need to be doing before we start adding members. Okay, so now we get into the group. There's obviously no members, no discussions as of yet, but we're going to go over to group settings, which is on the right here. We're going to click that. Okay, and in the second tab across, we're going to click access. Okay, because the boys have a different they don't have a sid.catholic.edu, they have a sid.stu, so they need to be able to be allowed to add the group. Okay, you can do that by ticking this box here, allow external members, which will allow us to add Sid Stu people into this group. So tick this box and scroll down and press Save Changes. Okay, so now group access has been successfully updated. Now we can go in and we can add our members. So click members on the top right and add or invite new members. Alright, another important step to do is to add members directly. If you invite members by email, they'll only be added if they click the accept button in an email, and that is time consuming and painful to chase up those emails. So what you want to do is add members directly. So click that, okay, and then you're ready to start adding in the email addresses of all the boys that are in your specialized class. Okay, so the first person in my 10 pass class is Jack Anderson. So I'm going to go over to my email list. I'm going to search for Jack Anderson. Okay. A quick way to do this is Control F will bring up a finding search bar. So if I type in Jack, okay, it'll start finding those boys. .a, and it's already located Jack Anderson. So I'm going to click this cell where his email is, and I'm going to copy, okay, or you can press Control C if you like, that'll copy. I'm going to go back to my group and I'm going to paste him in, okay. That obviously had an issue, hang on 1 second, copy, paste. Okay, so I've pasted him in there. Okay, I'm going to separate them by line, and my next boy is Chris Bridie. So I'm going to, same thing, I'm going to go into the search bar and I'm going to locate Chris Bridie there. Okay, so Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Okay, next line, and so on and so forth until you have a maximum of 10 students. You can only have 10 students at a time, otherwise it will not add any. This is to stop spam and makes things a little bit more tedious, but that's the limitation of the group. So 10 at a time. I'm just going to pause it and add them all in because that's something you don't need to watch. Okay, so now that I have 10 students in my direct adding members, I just double check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to, don't worry about sending them an email, just add them to the group directly, but you need to make sure that this is highlighted, leave that alone. Okay, so then we're going to go add members. And that should take a moment to work. Okay, so Google Groups has added 10 people to your group. I'm going to invite more members because obviously there's more than 10, but it will revert back to invite members by email. So make sure you check add members directly once again. Okay, it will refresh and then you're ready to go to add your next 10 in. Please make sure you add them all in, and once that's done, you can check all the members by clicking this members button here. But that's how to make a specialized class in Google Groups. Once that is done, you can go, and if you want to email the whole class, just go into the group by clicking the top button here, or if you go back here, you'll find it populated in your list. Just click the title, okay, and here is the email address to add all the students that you've added to that group. So if I send an email to this email address, it will send the email to everybody who's in that group, so everybody in my 10 pass class. Okay, thanks for watching, and that's how to make Google Groups for your specialized class.